Bang! Welcome back, folks. This is 3 at 3, and we're about to show you what we've been doing the last couple days and what we are doing today. So let's dive in, shall we? This is, of course, unusual option activity that we're talking about. We bring it to you on 3 at 3, and of course, through the various subscriptions at Market Rebellion. So let's take a look at this one, which just hit last Friday. This was, of course, the ON, which is On Holdings. It's Roger Federer's company, based in Switzerland. They have On Cushion, On Running, a whole bunch of brands, all under this holding company, ON. Stock was up over 100% this year coming into the earnings, and then had a big oopsie. And it turned out that last Friday, somebody made a fairly big bet, 500,000 shares at least, that the stock would miss on these earnings, which came out today before the market opened. And the stock traded to the downside, trading through 29 from that 35 level, which pushed these puts to $6. The puts that were, as you could see from the previous screen, right around $2. So we call that a nice 200% profit on the trade, not 100%, 200%, not 10x, but 200% profit. Bang. Let's take a look at Lyft, because similarly, a very nice trade here. Talked about this with my buddy Charles Payne from Mallorca last week when I was on vacation in Spain. Saw the unusual activity, talked about it with Charles, talked about it on 3 at 3, I believe, as well. And they were buying the 1150 calls with the stock trading right around 11 bucks. Well, the stock moved up dramatically. Stock moved up dramatically. It hit 1251 today. And those 1150 calls would be then worth at least $1. I think it went to $1.06, something like that. And these calls that were 25 cents or so, obviously a triple on that one. Bang. All right, and then let's take a look at one more, Lilly, from yesterday, where we talked about it and said, hey, we already made some money on this one. Well, guess what? Today it went all the way to $4 as well. So almost any time you would have purchased these calls, you could have had a big fat profit in it. And obviously on the day today, they closed last night at $1.73. You see that on your screen. They opened at $1.54 and then shot up to as high as $4. Bang. That's Pete and I enjoying a little adult beverage and maybe some cigars as well. Now let's get with today's. These are puts, of course, TLT. So TLT, this is the 20-year bond. They were buying puts on the 20-year bond, which usually means if the TLT is going down, the interest rates are going the opposite way. And somebody puts on 1.6 million share equivalent in this trade just today, paid $1.16 for these 91 puts, with the stock more like 95. Again, I'm going to tend to be a person who buys an at-the-money put and sells a lower put against it, rather than somebody who chases just to these 91 puts. But I can't trade for you. I can tell you what I do. Let's talk about Jets, because this one has been working. This is fresh trade today. You've seen us talk about the 20 puts in here before. Well, today we're right at 20 and they're buying again puts that expire this time the 25th of August. So that is next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday. And they bought the 20 puts for just 34 cents. So basically an at the money put, betting that perhaps some of these costs, some of these increases, as well as perhaps some of the costs that they bear when they have weather related or non-weather related delays that they have to compensate customers for. Maybe those are some of the bets that people have been making against the ETF for the airlines. And lastly, UPS. In this case, they're buying an awful lot. 5,000 is 500,000 share equivalent of the 170 puts. That's a fairly large trade, given that the index, or rather the UPS was trading 173, 174, something like that. So they're betting to the downside. They have about 5 weeks to be right on this trade. UPS had been an outperformer, and perhaps some people are betting that it's not going to continue to be an outperformer, and that's why they're buying these puts. They paid $2.51, or I'm sorry, $2.50 for these puts that expire the third weekend in September. Well, that's going to do it for us today, folks. As always, appreciate you joining us. Hope you check out marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. And you can start trading like we trade every day. Bang.